Welcome back to another episode of ACC About Town, where Austin Community College students are given the opportunity to explore new places and events around town. My name is Garrett Skupinski. I am a fashion design major at ACC, and today we're at the Long Center attending the Pride in Local Music Festival, so let's go. Welcome back. We are at the Health and Wellness what is it? Fair. I don't know why. We're at the Health and Wellness Fair here at the Pride and Local Music Festival with the organizer. Tell us all about our vendors here. What are they about and what are we doing?
Hey, thank you guys so much for being here. This is the third annual Pride and Local Music Festival. It is down here at the Long Center. This is the first year that it's this big of an event, and it's all in person. This started about 2 years ago during the pandemic as a way for artists to still get out there and be creative. So we are having our Health and Wellness Fair partnered with the Pride and Local Music Festival. The Health and Wellness Committee is actually one of the largest committees of the Chamber and one of the most active. And so, yeah, it's been really great.
Awesome. So what is your favorite part of being part of this specific festival? Yourself.
Yes. It's just so wonderful to see everybody out and about again after the pandemic. So these are all other people that are members of the Chamber that we have been partnered with for years now. So to see everybody out in a festival setting again is just wonderful.
Yeah. For our students and for young LGBTQIA people, what are you hoping young students are looking at when it comes to either sexual health or just as a queer person?
Yeah, I think that everybody you always have to be kind of your own advocate. And so make sure that you are paying attention and that you're able to take care of yourself and know everything, because you have to truly advocate for yourself these days. So, yeah.
Perfect. Welcome to the vendor area. We are actually with the brain and the business behind all our vendors. We are with Nova from the Little Gay Shop. Tell us what an undertaking it is to not just organize your own booth as a business, but all these other people up in here.
I am the community outreach coordinator, so I work really closely with the owners of the Little Gay Shop, Kurt and Justin. They're truly the mechanics behind it all, and they help and equip me with everything that I need to make it a success, and I'm just feel very happy and honored to be able to be here for them and make sure all our vendors are set up and that we have such a great market here today.
What does it mean for the Little Gay Shop to be involved itself in events like this?
So these events aren't just a way for us to make money or even a way for our vendors to make money, but we really want these events to bring our vendors opportunities. We want to open doors for them because these are the people who are making Austin and the queer community what it is today and what it will be in the future. This event is especially important to us, especially with our partnership with the Austin LGBTQ+ Chamber of Commerce. They're giving a lot of resources and opening the doors to our vendors as members, and we just couldn't thank them enough for doing that and getting behind us on this mission to support queer and local businesses.
I'm afraid of what I'm feeling. I'm afraid of looking in.
Welcome back, everybody. We have actually the perfect interview here of our very first artist. Who are you? What's going on? Tell us a little bit about yourself, how your band got started, and where's this pairing from?
Okay, yeah. We are Bleached Roses. We're from Austin, Texas. We are a electro pop band. I play the violin and a loop, and she plays the synth. And I used to play violin by myself, and I wanted to play live music, so I got a loop pedal, started looping, and then sound kept getting bigger and bigger, so the synth came in. But we've had a lot of different renditions of this band, and this is our new kind of direction, the pop route. This is Mo, my wife and my bandmate, and so we're really excited to be here supporting Pride and Local Music.
Especially a same-sex couple, how do you approach your music, and what advice would you have for young ACC students or young gay people that are looking to get in music, and kind of how to handle relationship in music?
Well, the way that we write really is I do a lot of the lyrics. She does, like, she's a violinist. She'll do that. And then I'll come in sometimes with some guitar chords, and we kind of separate and do our own thing, and then we bring it together. We're both very passionate people, so sometimes it does get a little heated when we're recording or something. I mean, but lovingly heated. But we've learned, because we've been playing together for several years now, and we've just learned how to take both of our separate ways that we do art and put it together. And the advice that I would give would just be like, you really just have to put your heart in it. And even if you if you write something and you record it and you don't like it, you can scratch it. That's okay. Yeah. We have so much stuff that we go back into and just build from later, and then we throw a lot of stuff away, and then we come back to it again. And so I think you just need to lead with your heart with that.
No, absolutely. And I think we found when Bleached Roses started, we were just a band, and we were together, and we were both lesbians, but we weren't very open about it. We were just a band, and not everybody really knew that we were together. And I think that, especially, the last few years, it has gotten, in Texas, things have gotten really difficult, and it gets hard to stay here sometimes. And I do think that in a place that feels sometimes it's so conservative and so like suffocating and bigoted, that being out and proud is in itself an act of protest. And so, and that's somewhere where I had to get, and where I can be like out and proud and shout it from the rooftops, because, when I was young, I didn't have that representation, and I want to be a voice for musicians. I grew up in the classical violin world. I did not know anybody queer, in that community. And so being that voice, I think, is so important. So just be yourself, like unapologetically, and just know that, there is a family, and we do support you, and we're all here.
DJ, let's hit it.
Who are you? What's going on, Miss Hostess with the Moses? And tell us about a recent title that you won recently.
Well, thank you for having me today. I'm Nadine Hughes. I am the newly crowned All-American Goddess at Large. I just won in Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you. And as of this week, I am celebrating 22 years working in this community as this. So I'm very excited to be here and celebrating Pride with y'all.
What does it, as someone that is very involved with multiple prides across Austin and a huge public figure, what does it mean to take part in this, to celebrate artists in the music stream of Austin? What does that mean for you?
Our city is growing so much, and I think that the importance of festivals and events like this is bringing us back to our core as keeping Austin weird, the live music capital of the world, and celebrating our own, and especially in the LGBTQ plus community right now, that's even more important.
Exactly. As you have experienced with Texas being a drag performer, what advice would you have for young students or ACC students that are maybe nervous or afraid to jump into just putting makeup on the face or going into music or performing with the climate that we're in? What advice would you have for them?
To be completely honest, after everything this world has gone through the past couple of years, the best advice that I can give anybody is to just, if you can wake up every day and do what makes you happy and not worry about what other people think, then do it. Because we never know, or we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And I know that sounds so cliche or so cheesy, but like I'm living proof of that. And you have to literally take every day and enjoy it and be grateful for it, and don't give a flying if people are gonna, tear you down for it. It's your life. You have to be happy. And if putting makeup on your face is what makes you happy, then watch a YouTube tutorial and do it, or sit in the mirror and practice and practice and practice, or play the instrument that you want to play proudly. We just heard in their interview, she's a classic violinist who never really knew about queer life until this. So incorporate it all together, because I guarantee it's going to be just something wonderful if you love it so much.
When she was like, ooh, getting drunk off this song. Let me see if I can match you with a real
have one of our stunning performers here that just came out with a song this month, Other Side. She's stunning. One of my favorites. As a festival, it's literally called Pride in Local Music. How are you going about the festival? How are you approaching it as an outside artist?
Yeah, it's so beautiful to get to be a guest amongst so many beautiful LGBTQ artists here in Austin. I know they started as a virtual event and through COVID to give artists a space to perform. And that was a huge thing for me, you know, being able to find places and find ways to still perform when I was stuck inside my house. So it's such a beautiful event that they've, you know, carried now into live in person. And I'm just honored to be a guest amongst all of the local incredible talent here. I just came out with my single Other Side a couple weeks ago, which I'm going to be performing tonight. This is the first time I'm going to be performing it live. So that's really exciting. And it's a song just kind of about the time we're living in. We're all coming out of 2.5 years of this kind of like boiling pot, and the song just talks about like being ready to like get to the other side of like whatever you're going through.
On that note of Other Side, what advice for young people with what's going on in the world, what advice would you have for kids on their journey of coming out?
I think first and foremost, be safe. Make sure that whatever environment you're in, that coming out is a safe option for you. And if it's not, there are so many resources online and via phone that you can reach out to have a safe outlet to talk about what you're going through. I think that's first and foremost. And outside of that, finding a small community of people that you trust to take care of that information. Coming out is a personal journey. You don't owe anything to anyone. Take your time and be safe, and know that there are so many people that are ready and waiting to welcome you to the other side.
That's awesome. Thank you for joining us for this episode of ACC About Town. Again, my name is Garrett Skupinski, and we are at the Pride in Local Music Festival. Special thank you to all the artists, the vendors, and the hosts that we met, and a very, very special thank you to our host and organizer, the Austin LGBT Chamber of Commerce. See you next time.